So you want to plant a rain garden. We at the City of Plymouth think that's fabulous. Rain gardens can make your landscape look great and they're good for the environment. But before you put shovel to dirt, it's a good idea to put pencil to paper and do a little planning. The first thing to think about is the location of your rain garden. You'll want to make sure it's at least 10 feet away from the foundation of your house. And you'll want to check the elevation of your garden to make sure it's downhill from your water source. And speaking of your water source, just where does the water come from? Well, the roof of your house and your sump pump are two great possibilities. You'll also want to consider the amount of sun or shade your rain garden will receive. If you like a lot of color in your garden, you'll want it in a sunny location. One very important question to consider is how will the water get to the rain garden? In some cases, you can direct the downspout from your eaves trough and the hose from your sump pump into a dry creek bed that leads into your rain garden. Another option is to connect your downspout to a buried, perforated drain tile that comes out in your garden. Now that we've planned how the water will get to the rain garden, we need to think about where excess water will go during large rain events. Oftentimes, it's a good idea to have an outflow that will direct extra water out of the rain garden. There's something else you should consider when planning the location of your garden: underground power and gas lines. Be sure to call Gopher State One Call even before you start planning. Also consider irrigation systems, invisible fences for pets, and any other items that might be buried on your property. Now it's time to think about size. You'll want to figure out how much rain will enter the rain garden. A small 90 square foot garden located 10 to 30 feet from the downspout should infiltrate a half-inch rainfall from the front or back half of an average Plymouth home. The other thing to consider is what size or shape fits best into your landscape. And finally, it's time to think about plants and which ones will work best in your rain garden. Native perennials are adapted to local soils. They have strong, deep roots and require less maintenance. Cultivars of native plants have many of the same advantages, while some non-native plants can enhance the visual appeal of your rain garden. Remember to choose plants according to the light conditions in your garden, and you'll want moisture-loving plants for the center and more drought-tolerant plants for the edges of your rain garden. Plant size, color of the flowers or foliage, and bloom time are all things to consider when choosing plants to ensure an attractive garden throughout the season. You'll find some great tools for planning your rain garden on the Minnesota DNR's Restore Your Shore website, as well as bluethumb.org. The Blue Thumb site also has a list of partners who sell plants suited for rain gardens. This message is brought to you by the City of Plymouth, where we bring environmental quality to life. Thanks for watching and happy growing!